Coming up tonight, Eve gets a lowdown on breakdowns, Brian checks out the used Ford Escort, and I'll be taken to the tracks with the Mercedes Actross.
If you look around at today's cars, you'll see many similarities. The same engine, the same body, the same gearboxes. You see, as more manufacturers get taken over, the use of a single car floor plan becomes more and more widespread. You've got your coupes, you've got your saloons, you've got your hatchbacks, you've got your four-wheel drive, the list goes on. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. Despite the impressive use of a single floor plan, there's still no car to match the versatility of this, the Unimog. The Unimog has been around for over 50 years, but despite being somewhat unknown on our roads, Mercedes has still managed to sell over 200,000 models worldwide and 3,000 in the UK, with the ability to work as a train track layer one day, a pickup the next, and then a snowplough the following. The Unimog is without doubt the most versatile vehicle on the market. Now everyone loves the gadgets in the cars. You've got your electric windows, you've got your CD players, you've got your heated seats, but I bet even the top of the range BMW or Lexus doesn't have this.
The innovative Vario Pilot system allows a single driver to perform numerous tasks, helping the operator to reduce personal operating costs by up to 50%.
Now you can forget your Land Rover Discoveries or your trendy Shoguns. We are going to do some serious off-roading.
Now, in here we've got ASR, ABS, we've also got the differentials. Now, we've got 3 diffs here, we've only got 2 axles. The differentials are there to protect us, they lock the diffs up so they can help us get out of bad traction situations, and obviously Unimog is made for this, therefore it makes a heck of a lot of work of the differentials. But we've only got 2 axles, 3 differentials. How does that work? Sounds a bit silly to me, but it doesn't actually. The first one controls the front axle, the second one controls the rear axle, and the third one locks the two together. So we've got what you call an interaxle lock. So that means that all 4 are locked up together, helping us hopefully get out of the most arduous and demanding situations. As we go downhill, as we're doing at the moment here, we've got a 2-stage hill descent control. So we call it an exhaust brake. What I do now is I take my foot off the accelerator, and now what will happen is the engine and the management system itself, the electronic management system, will control the descent of the vehicle. This is a loaded vehicle, this has got 6 tons on it, so it's quite demanding indeed. And as we say, it feels like, first of all, that 6 tons is taking control, but hopefully it isn't. And we're going down here now. It makes it a nice descent. I'm in first gear, I'm going down now at the moment. Then, as soon as I get towards the bottom, I'll lock off the exhaust brake, and then we'll go up the hill. It's the gearbox itself that's doing all the work for me and hopefully pulling us out of this. Don't forget, this vehicle's got 6 tons of payload on the back of it as well. It's throwing us about a bit, but that's all the fun. And here we are at the top of the hill.
Well, we've had a really great day here and lots of fun. But as with most trucks, don't forget there's a serious side to these vehicles. These could be mountain rescue or snow ploughs. So maybe one day you might be happy to see a Unimog.
the most popular small used van in the UK, the Ford Escort. Ford Escort 1.8 diesel, 55. They also do the 75. Now, the 55 will carry 550 kilos, the 75 carries 750 kilos. Let's have a few things to look for. Door sills, rust. Very susceptible to rust on these sills. Get them checked. One special thing on the back also, rear spring hangers, they do rust. Get somebody under there, get it checked. Now, the back of the vehicle, let's have a look inside. Now, one thing to remember on these, rear panel doors, vision is bad, so check for damage. Damage along here. Now, thing is, if this is damaged, bad repair, you're going to get a lot of corrosion. Get it checked. One good thing, ply lining, plenty of it, will add value to the vehicle, protects the vehicle. Anti-slip matting, if it's not got one fitted, get one fitted in. Now, let's go and have a look at the rest of the van, shall we? Right, let's have a look inside the vehicle. Another commercial vehicle, no storage documentation place, nowhere to put anything. Little cubby holes, other than that, it's a comfortable vehicle to drive, plenty of room, everything is where you want it. So, now let's go and have a look under the bonnet. Let's see what drives the vehicle. Let's have a look under the bonnet, see what we've got. Now, the first thing to look for under here, on most of these vehicles, top suspension mounts. They're rubber, they do deteriorate, they will cause a lot of suspension noise. Now make sure you check these both sides. What have we got in the power plant? 1.8 diesel, normally aspirated. Now, thing to check for on this, regular oil changes. Now, they do have a tappet problem and they do have a camshaft problem. If you don't make sure it's had regular oil changes, the cams can break, tappets will seize. Make sure it's got a history with it. As the Ford Escort is a very popular van, and if you're buying one privately, something to remember to check. Get the vehicle HPI'd. There's every possibility you might be buying a van that you'll never own. Get it checked out. If you're buying from a reputable dealer though, they will give you an HPI report. For a good van like that, 1998 Escort, you'd be paying about £4 grand. Good value for money? What do you think?
Have you got any messages for the car drivers out there?
Yeah, keep out the way.
Just give us a little bit more room.
Well, I do, because you're my trucking buddy. I do, but the rest of them don't, do they?
Well, no, some of them leave it a bit tight for us. Like.
Yeah.
No, they're not all that bad, no, but you do get one or two that think that they own the road.
And who are they?
They think that we own the road. People that wear driving gloves, they're the worst of the lot. The older people wearing driving gloves, unbearable.
Well, I'm wearing gloves, but I'm not that old, so that counts me out then. I'm fine. And I usually let my trucking buddies go in front of me anyway, because I'm that sort
One
of
in
girl.
a million.
Yeah. Do you think that truckers have a bad reputation?
Yeah, but their own worst enemies, like a lot of them.
Right, and why is that?
Well, everybody gets aggressive and that one, and start shouting and bawling.
What's the best part of the job then?
Well, it's better than being sat in a factory, isn't it? Anyone that's got an indoor job that's stuck behind a desk on a computer, anything like that,
yeah,
it's a lot better than that.
Right, so you see quite a bit of the world.
You see the country.
Yeah.
Or if you're a continental driver, you see most of Europe as well.
When you think about the Mercedes-Benz car range, what do you think of? I personally think about the alphabet. You've got the A-Class, you've got the C-Class, you've got the E-Class. Everything's all about the alphabet. When it came to the truck range, the people at Mercedes didn't like that idea. In fact, everything that they do begins with the letter A. For example, the Mercedes-Benz Actross. Yes, Actross. It must mean something to someone, but it certainly doesn't mean anything to me. And lastly, of course, the first of Mercedes' new generation of vehicles, the Actross. Yes, today, let's have a look at the 1857 Mercedes-Benz. The 1857 doesn't tell us what year it was built, actually tells us a lot about the vehicle. First of all, the 18 tells us what tonnage the vehicle is, and the 57 tells us it's 570 horsepower. Yes, today we're going to be looking at the top of the range Mercedes-Benz, 570 horsepower. What a beast. If we look inside, as we open the door, for those of you with 4x4s, you think you've got a daunting task. Wait till you try and get inside this. That's great. Well, first thing you really notice about this vehicle is it's only got 2 pedals. Can't believe it on a truck. But then you look at the gearbox itself.
I look at that and I think, my God, what's going to go on here? But yeah, it's great, does the job, 16 speed, it must be fully automatic. I'm not sure about it, we're going to find out later on. And then, not only do you get that, you get a fully suspended driver's seat. Yes, you might feel seasick now and again, but it helps with those big potholes when you're going over to Europe. We look along the cab itself and we see the 2 sleepers on there, a double bunk. I certainly would want to be at the back, at the top, that's for sure. But we need 2 man because these vehicles will be going all around Europe, around the continent. These are the vehicles that really and truly, as long as your mate hasn't had beans, you'll be happy to stay in. If you've only been used to cars, then looking at all this instrumentation, you might be a bit confused. These are all necessary. For instance, on this vehicle here, we have electric tilt. We can tilt the cab of the vehicle for inspections and everything automatically, but I won't do it just at the moment. Then we also have things like headlight wash wipes, we have spotlights, we have a voltage dropper between 24 volt and 12 volt. We also have the lockout ASR, because ASR is standard on this vehicle as well. We also have electric heated seats, electric windows, fog lights, electric roof hatch, air conditioning and central locking as well. And also we have on here is full air conditioning available with the vehicle. And that's just the side panel. Wait till you get to the main panel. If we look at the central console, we see on the left hand side we've got the speedometer, on the right hand side we've got the rev counter. We must keep the vehicle in the green band to get the best fuel economy. In the middle we've got the position of the gears. At the moment the vehicle's in neutral, and the arrow tells me I can move upwards to go into 2nd, 3rd and up to 16 gears.
Coming up after the break, Eve goes under the bonnet and I'll be finding out just what the Actross is capable of.
Here we are at the Leyland test track, and one of the great things about the test track is they have all sorts of hills to go under. We're going to go over now a 1 in 12. This vehicle, we'll take it to the far left and we're going to swing the vehicle right the way around. We're not going away from it, honest. We'll bring the vehicle right round. And then here we go, up the hill. The vehicle pulls really well now. This is where the power and the 570 horsepower really shows. We're going up in 3rd and we're just holding it nicely. Don't forget, I've got 40 tons behind me, trying to drag me back, and the engine is the only thing that's keeping me going forward. As we get to the top, we have another problem. I've now got 40 tons pushing me downwards, and that takes a lot of stopping. Steering wise, we take some large sweeping left-hand bends. It's very, very good indeed. Visibility is excellent. We've got a good side mirror on the side there, and at the far end we've got 3 curbside mirrors. It is quite remarkable in terms of the size. 570 horsepower, it does pull away very, very well, considering we're fully loaded with about 40 tons all up. The vehicle's got 16 gears. A lot of you might mention, well, hey, I've only got five in my car. Why the hell do the trucks need 16? Well, the main reason is the fact that we've got to look at all the eventualities that the truck might encounter. Fine, no problem whatsoever on a flat road. But if we're going up somewhere like Mont Blanc in the middle of the Swiss Alps, and we've got 40-45 tons of goods on our back, then we need all the gears we can get. Going up there, could be snowy, could be really bad. You'll need to really go up there very slowly and very methodically. So the vehicle will go up 1 gear, 2 gears, 3 gears, progressively going up. That's why we need so many gears. We've got lots of weight versus lots of power, and we need to make sure we've got the right amount of gears. This vehicle is now in 7th now, and we need to get into the economy band. The most important bit is, on this vehicle, it's critical. This is a V8 engine. It's critical that the revs are correct. We must keep it in a green band. So again, unlike your car, you'll find the fact that there will be reds, there's greens, there's yellows on the rev counter, telling the driver
which is the most economical position to have the engine. The thing also you've got to remember is these vehicles will do around about, on an average, 150,000 kilometres per annum. If you're a couple of gallons down every time, that makes a hell of a lot of difference to your pocket, which is where the operator wants to get involved. And that's probably one of the main differences between cars and trucks. Cars may be a bit of emotional buy. The truck side, it is extremely rational. These vehicles are here to do a job the most efficient possible. They are here to make the person money and also get goods to the supermarkets at the best price for you as a consumer.
The Actross is powered by a 16-litre, 16-valve V8 diesel engine. Maximum power is 571 brake horsepower, while maximum torque is 1,992 pounds.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed your drive today in one of the Mercedes A-classes. Actually, it was the Actross. And perhaps while I'm getting out of the cab, you might have a look by the side of me there. A fuel tank, 560 litres, big enough to have your bath in it.
Hi, Eve here. I'm in Cheshire, driving in the countryside. Oh my God, oh, there's something wrong with my steering. Don't panic, pull over. Shoot.
Hello, Breakdown Recovery.
Hello, I broke down. There's something wrong with my steering, I think.
Right, okay, could you give me your location, please?
At least I brought my flask and my butties now.
Eve, hiya.
My knight in shining armour. My steering wheel's gone funny and I've got a puncture.
Oh, just go and get some equipment, Eve.
Okay.
So we can see what we're doing.
Fantastic. Tell you what, John, before we crack on with my wheel, this is a fantastic vehicle here. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? What make is it? I know it's a Mitsubishi, but what kind of a vehicle?
It's a Mitsubishi Canter 6.3, that means it's 6.3 tonnes laden. That's its maximum weight.
And is this a typical
It's a typical
then?
chassis. It's stretched, the chassis is stretched by about 28 inches.
And why is that?
So that we can get a longer vehicle on the recovery deck on the back.
Right, so it's not normal chassis, it's stretched.
It's stretched.
For the job of getting Land Rovers and things like that on the back.
And yours if we need to.
And I can see that you've got your lights there on the top.
Oh yeah, most important. Our and your safety is most important. All the winches and the recovery gear, this deck slides completely off onto the ground, so we can pull your car, if need be, onto the back. Everything's powered by what they call a power takeoff, which runs off the gearbox. Hydraulic, very powerful, very smooth.
Really? I noticed too you've got quite chunky big wheels there and tyres, typical of this sort of a truck?
Very typical. They're designed for quite high motorway speeds.
And also carrying the weight, I would have thought.
Well, the weight,
extra weight on the back.
Well, the tyres are rated to the weight that you carry.
Right.
So obviously you need good tyres to stand that weight. Any inferior tyres get very hot and soon blow out. We carry a basic stock of bulbs, fuses, relays. A good technician can usually work his way around it.
Right, well, I think that's enough chat. I think we ought to get my wheel sorted out. I've got shopping to do.
Oh, well, let's
Come
get
on,
going.
Get going.
We'll have to get this one recovered on this occasion.
So it's got to go on the back of the truck?
On the back of the truck.
back on the road with my new tyre. The Mitsubishi recovery truck was fantastic, did a great job, and John wasn't bad either. So from me, Eve Threlkeld, till next time, take care. Bye-bye.
Earlier in the show, you saw me driving these unique Unimogs. Now let's go and have a look at the history behind them. Since its original launch in 1946, the Unimog has been through more jobs than most of us can put on our CVs, seeing action in areas as diverse as an agricultural vehicle, a railway shunter, a drilling rig, and as part of mountain rescue teams. The Unimog's credentials as the original multi-purpose vehicle are hard to question. Now, despite the Unimog's relatively compact design, when it is used as an industrial towing vehicle, it is capable of towing over 100 tonnes, but the really impressive figures are that when utilised as a train shunter, able to handle wagon braking weights of up to 1,000 tonnes and still managed 50 km per hour in both directions. It's clear that Unimog isn't just another one-off road pickup. By offering both adaptability and durability, the Unimog has managed to fulfil the needs of those who require the trucks to do a little more than just transporting goods from A to B. Next week we hit the show trail as we visit the European Road Transport Show in Amsterdam. See you then!